Good afternoon, everyone. This is Denise Moraga, and I'm doing my final project on bringing innovation to an organization. I chose my own organization, Seasons Hospice and Palliative Care. It was founded in 1997, so we have over 23 years of hospice services in 28 sites and in 19 states across the country. Our hospice organization operates on a matrix of organizational structure, which is comprised of two organizational structures. So we have the functional hierarchy and the geographical divisions of our corporation. And our site is supervised by our respective hierarchy, so by site level, and then a regional level, and then final and national level. The structure works for us due to the distance and the span that we cover. We have one site but two offices that span a 42-mile radius. So we are highly visible to our regional and respective teams. It also makes us highly visible to our national teams for flow and information and problem solving. And it makes way for innovation. We're fairly innovative due to our national reach and have a very innovative culture by nature here at Seasons. However, I'd like to see more innovation from the bottom up. I want to be the change that I see out in the world. I want to make a conscious decision to promote a positive culture and equality and inclusion in the workplace. We have a deep sense of meaning, but I also want to bring that more on a one-to-one level. I know that can be achieved by magnifying our entrepreneurs. I'm a natural extrovert and always coming up with crazy off-the-wall ideas. And I love to get in the trenches and get where the action is happening. I'd like to judge the level of effectiveness of my programs and keep an ear to the ground and have a strong line of communication flowing between all of the levels. We currently, like I said, have a top-down innovation process, and I'd like to see that have a bottom-up element. National picks topics and subjects that possibly need attention and adjustments in completely overhauling or making tweaks. They bring it to our national council, which we have a council member at every site, and designated I'd like to see them designated in our specific supportive care roles or in-home care roles, instead of just one person for an entire site. I believe the more heads and ideas we get into one room addressing all of the issues, the better. So it definitely at this point leaves out a lot of people that probably would like to speak on things or issues within our company. So I kind of want to bring those two things together. They're integral players and they play a vital role in hospice. They are the people going into the homes, the boarding cares and facilities on a daily basis. They're the ones connecting with the caregivers, their families, our community. So I'd really like to get their input with all of the issues here at Seasons. The way I want to implement this is come up with a hybrid bottom-up and top-down system. And like I said, I want those two to meet in the middle. The implementation of this new innovation program, first we must have an all-inclusive element to the equation. I was kind of mentioning that back when I was talking about everybody needed a seat at the table. All disciplines, so not just clinical, also supportive care and in-home care. And we best hear that with our CHAPS survey, which is a survey that's sent out after a patient dies. The family gives us scores on those particular items, and we gather very valuable information from those. And then we need to find our disruptors, our entrepreneurs, our innovators at our workstations, and we need to shake the walls. We need to find out what's possibly holding them back from innovating or speaking up. I want to see all employees at Seasons be the change. I want to give everybody a voice. That doesn't necessarily mean that we all have to be in one single room or do a weird survey, but I definitely want to touch base with everybody and make sure that they are all being heard, especially because they are the ones conducting the services to our patients and families. I understand the magnitude of this particular type of program because it will touch everyone at Seasons and everyone we go and see in our communities, our patients, our families. So our council members will be the mouthpieces of this particular project. And once they get a hold of all of these particular ideas, they'll be funneled into our idea funnel, and we'll see which ones are viable, which ones we can implement right away. We will test and improve those particular ideas. We can weed out types or elements in those particular ideas fundamentally and see whether or not they're going to work fairly soon. And then we can use our hierarchy where individuals are able to process a little bit more finely these particular ideas. And then see the results of the particular innovations that we were talking about. It's easier to innovate when a department has a hand in the innovation process. And that's what's so important for me to talk about, is talking about the people that are inside these homes, boarding cares, and facilities on a daily basis, and seeing what's working and what's not working for our patients and for them. We want to make sure that Seasons is a place that you want to work. Happy employees and happy customers, happy patients, happy community. So I know that we need to identify, those mouthpieces in with these projects and just make sure that everyone's being heard. Education and communication are going to be the power within this program, and as long as lines of communication are open and we're using that power to help the process, it's going to be good for us and our patients. Getting to the point where the ideas from the bottom up and leadership, from the bottom up and the top down, is where the magic is going to happen. So we need to be able to identify what are some of the viable ideas we're going to be able to work with, and what are ones that we're probably going to skip. I'm going to set a 6-month marker to where we need to find out what's working and what is not working. We want to change out the council member once every 3 years. It is a tasking position because you are going to be the person that brings all of these issues to the table on a national level. So we don't want to burn anybody out. And we also want to exchange those individuals because I think it's important for all of our members, departments, get a chance to be a part of the leadership table. I think creating a local scoreboard will help on a local level where we're seeing this is what's being effective. This is what we're moving towards. I feel like bringing a scoreboard in to see how innovation really pans out is going to be beneficial so that people can get an idea of what's being successful. Is their idea taking off? Is it working? And if it's not working, why is it not working? And how can we do better? I want to encourage individuals to take risks, to think of the off-the-wall ideas. Our logo at Seasons is a dove flying, and his wing is outside of a box. And that is because we want to think outside of the box. As much as I dislike that expression because everybody uses it, it's a good indicator of what our company has already been doing and what is successful and what I know will work. I believe a mentoring process to finish off the innovation idea. So if maybe you're a little nervous about sharing your idea on a wide scale, a mentor might be a really good person that you could bounce ideas off of. That's a safe space. And I think we can definitely find more of the innovators through those methods. And in conclusion, at the end of the day, if someone wins, we all win. And that's what brings the sense of accomplishment. Thank you so much.